This video is going to show you how to calculate t-values that we talked about in class. So again, a t-test is used to compare two groups, and it incorporates the standard deviation, which again represents the spread of data around the mean. Because the mean doesn't give you a whole lot of information, because it doesn't relay any information about precision. Simply because you could have outliers that really skew your mean, and so standard deviation is a very good thing to be able to include in data analysis. So our t-test is going to account for that. So let me walk you through how to perform a t-test so that you know how to do that for labs. So first thing that we need to do, in case you don't have, I'm not sure if you already have this add-in installed, so let me show you how to install the add-in. If you go, and this will probably just be on the school computers and not at home, so using Excel to crunch these numbers, you'll need a school computer, but you could use graphpad.com. So if you click on this Office button and then click on Excel options, you'll get this screen, and if you click on add-ins, what I want you to click on is the Analysis Toolpak VBA may be in this inactive application add-ins, in case you don't have it installed already. And then don't click on OK. Do not do that. Click on Go instead. And these two boxes will not be checked, but go ahead and check those two, just like this, and then click on OK, and it will install for you. So I'm going to hit cancel since I already have it installed. And if you go to ensure that it's installed, if you click on Data on the Data tab, you should see a little button over here that says Data Analysis. And if you've got that, you've properly installed the add-ins. So in order to analyze our data, what we're going to do, I'm going to click on a cell over here, and what I'm going to do is start to do some analysis for the t-test. So click on that cell, click on Data Analysis. I scrolled to the bottom of this list, and I've got three different options for t-test. T-test pair 2 sample for means, 2 sample assuming equal variances, and 2 sample assuming unequal variances. Well, we won't pick the paired sample because that would be used to compare data from the same individual in two different conditions, but because we've got shells from different environments, they're not the same individuals, and we're not going to assume that they have equal variance or spread. So we're going to go with the 2 sample assuming unequal variances. Click on that and click OK. For the variable 1 group, click on this gray button, select all of the data including the label that's with crabs, and click on this gray button. Go to variable 2 range, click on this gray button, and do the same thing including the label. You want to make sure that this box is checked that says labels. We've got an alpha of 0.05. You might recognize that from the t-table chart in your textbook. And then we want to pick the output range. I'm going to click on this gray button, click on this cell. That's where we want the t-test information to be inserted. Click on the gray button again and click OK. Once we do that, we get some information. We'll open up all these cells. It's going to push our graph over. We've got our means, the same values that we calculated up here. It gives us variance, which is another stats value that we're not going to learn too much about. But we've got our t-stat. This is the calculated t-value of 6.3089. And that's the value you're going to use in the t-table that's in your book to evaluate whether or not this data is significant or not at least a 95% confidence level. There's some other information down here, but the one thing that this t-critical, 1-tail, and 2-tail are t-values that are similar to the ones that are in your textbook, but I want you to get in the practice of using that table in the book, so you can see what level of confidence that we're at. So this is the value that you're going to use, and use the information from the textbook to evaluate whether or not there's a significant difference between the population of shells that live with crabs versus the ones that live without crabs. Okay?